What's going on, everybody? This is Patrick with MTO Productions. This is called The First Roll. What's going on, everybody? This is Patrick with MTO Productions. How are you doing? How are my filmmakers and photographers? Well, we're going to call this segment my first roll. So basically, this is my Canon Rebel K2 35mm camera. I'll link the video down below talking about the camera itself. But 2 weeks ago we took a little trip, and I actually gave this to my 16-year-old daughter, Chloe, CJ, and said, here, shoot the roll up. So she did. So we're going to take a look at what we got out of it. Now I'll tell you my process behind it is I'll start out with a Fuji film because it's fairly cheap and inexpensive film. So if the camera doesn't work or work right, you're not losing much. Then I'll start stepping up the brand and the kind of film I'm using. Right now it has Kodak Ultra Max in it, 400. What I was using on this trip, we used Fuji. How is it done? Extra or something like that. Color 400. Mainly shot with this thing during the day. Did not do much or do any night shooting for that matter. It was all during the day. I'll tell you, so going down the road, anytime I bring a new camera onto the channel and talk about it, then the next video will be what I call the next or the first roll. Even if it's a digital camera, it'll be the first roll, you know, first picture shot out of the camera. So anyways, without any further ado, I am going to switch over to the computer and we'll take a look at the photos there. I will be back with my closing thoughts. Pulling up the pictures from Perry, Georgia, and none of these have been altered in any way. They were developed and then scanned in, and I'm bringing them to you just how they came out of the camera. So we're dealing with Canon K2 35mm. I think it's 2003, so it's a 20-year-old camera. Now I was shooting with a 28 to 35mm lens. I wasn't shooting it. Actually, Chloe was shooting all of this. So let's take a look at the first picture we have here, and it's a little deli. It's Schultz's Deli, or actually it's more of a hamburger stand. But we didn't shoot any pictures on this day inside of it. We shot most of the pictures on a Sunday, and everything was kind of closed. So this is Perry. This is the Schultz's Diner. The next one, let's see, this was a cool little thing on one of the doorsteps of another business there in Perry. Cool little bathtub somebody had set up with little balls, Christmas type balls, clear ones in the bathtub. Let's see, there's me and my wife. There's me and my wife again. Balloon arch that was over a doorway. But I'm really impressed with what this camera put out. Being a 20-year-old camera, the only thing I've really done to this camera was I cleaned the lens itself. Of course, you know, it's 35mm, so there's nothing you can do with the film, but you can clean the lens to get the best, clearest picture you can. Now we'll discuss the film stock here in a few minutes when I get through showing the pictures off. Church letting out on that Sunday morning. These little gnomes were pretty cool. Let's see, and then this is another picture she took. There's a bookstore there. Let's see, I think we're just about out of the ones I wanted to show. There it is, Schultz's Old Fashioned Soda Shop. It is a really cool place. Really good burger. This is some flowers on the side of one of the buildings. And there it is again, Perry, Georgia. She just took a picture of a school bus stop ahead sign, and then she took a picture of herself in the mirror, a little teddy bear, I know she's 16, but she still has a teddy bear. That was me taking a picture of me talking about the camera the first time. So this little barn is at our office, and I always take a picture of it with the camera when I'm messing with it for the first time. Get that little red barn. Used to, it was really nice because there was nothing but woods behind it, but now we have buildings behind us, so the woods are kind of gone by the wayside. But anyway, that's the pictures. I think they really turned out really well. I'm really impressed with them. This is the reason why we went, was this little Perry's Players. Wow, that was hard to say. Perry's Players Community Theater. Really nice little theater. The people were real appreciative of us coming down. There was a reason for us to go to this. And, you know, you might find out on the other channel. So that's it for the pictures. I'll be back to you. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed looking at the pictures. So let's discuss what I was saying about the film stock. Now, I used Fujifilm 400 Extra. Not a big fan of Fujifilm, and I'll tell you why I used it versus using a Kodak or something in this. Because I wanted to make sure the camera worked and did what it's supposed to do. And it did. Proved that. So, going forward, I will use a much better film in this camera. Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to work and do well. But I wasn't 100% sure. So why waste a higher dollar roll of film on your first trial? So anyway, it is loaded up with Kodak Ultra Max 400, I think now. So it's good to go for another adventure and taking some more pictures. I may edit a couple of pictures, see how I can get, or see what I can get with them through Lightroom. But every one of those pictures you saw are just how they came to me after being developed and scanned. And I will have to say a big thank you to a local business that did the developing, and that's Boutique Film here in Hermitage, Tennessee. I'll leave a link down below if you want to do mail-in to them. They do take mail-in, or you can drop your film off to them. Really impressed with the work. They told me they say on their website 5 to 7 business days, and it was exactly 5 business days that I had the pictures back, had the scans back. Well, actually I had the scans back yesterday, got the pictures today. So anyways, I appreciate you watching. Really hope you enjoyed this. I'm not sure which camera will be my next one we bring to the channel, but I will be bringing another camera very soon. So please stay tuned for that. And got another thing I need to bring to the channel very soon. I appreciate you watching, guys. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. If you have any comments, leave those down below. Also, make sure you share, subscribe, and like. Let's make this channel do something. I thank you. Appreciate you. Go take some pictures. Go take some video and post it somewhere.